Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Umagnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashattadishatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल. So today we continue this Leibniz chapter. Shama Sundar Das. Leibniz agrees that the mechanics of nature serve to fulfill God's purpose. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, that is it. All the laws of nature are working under Krishna's direction. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it's producing all moving and non-moving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Bhagavad Gita 9:10. Material nature is the goddess Durga. It is she who is the superintendent of the fort. Material nature is like a fort which no one can leave. Durga is the confidential maidservant of Krishna, but she has a very thankless task of punishing the demonic living entities who are thinking, I will worship my mother Durga, not knowing that her engagement is punishment. She is not an ordinary mother. She gives the demonic living entity whatever he wants. Give me money, give me good wife, give me reputation, give me strength. Goddess Durga says, all right, take these things, but at the same time you will be frustrated with them. On the one hand, the living entity is given whatever he wants, and on the other is frustration and punishment. This is nature's law, and nature is functioning under the instruction of Krishna. The living entity in the material world has revolted against Krishna. He wants to imitate Krishna and become the enjoyer. Therefore, Krishna gives him all the resources of material enjoyment, but at the same time he punishes him. The goddess Durga is so powerful that she can create, maintain, and dissolve, but she's working just like a shadow. A shadow does not move independently. The movement is coming from Krishna. A fool thinks that material nature is there for his enjoyment. This is the materialistic view. When he sees a flower, he thinks, nature has produced this flower for me. Everything is for me. In the Bible, it is said that animals are placed under the dominion of protection of man, but men mistakenly think they are given us to kill and eat. If I entrust you to someone, is it proper that he eat you? What kind of intelligence is this? This is all due to lack of Krishna consciousness. Shama Sundar Das. Leibniz believed that truth could be represented by an exact mathematical science of symbols, which could form a universal language, a linguistic calculus. He believed in a rational world and an empirical world, and that each stood opposed to the other. He felt that each had its own truth, which applied to itself, and that each had to be understood according to its own logic. Thus Leibniz therefore no there thus for Leibniz there are two kinds of truth. One is the truth of reason, which is a priori. This is innate knowledge which we have prior to and independent of our experience in the material world. The other truth is posteriori, which is knowledge acquired from experience. This is accidental knowledge in the sense that it is not necessary. Srila Prabhupada. The real truth is that God has a plan, and one has to be taught that plan by one who knows it. This is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Ka Punaya Shravanadi Suddha Chitte Karaya Udaya. Pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of living entities. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, the living entity naturally awakens. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22:107. The truth is there, but we have forgotten it. Through the process of chanting and hearing, we can revive the truth, which is that we are eternal servants of Krishna. The living entity is good by nature because he is part and parcel of the supreme good. But due to material association, he has become conditioned. Now we have to again draw forth this goodness through the process of Krishna consciousness. Shyama Sundar Das. As an innate or a priori truth, Leibniz gives the example of triangle. Three angles of a triangle must always equal two right angles. This is the truth of reason, which is necessarily permanent. The other type of truth is gathered by experience and called accidental or unnecessary. For example, we see that snow is white, but it's also possible that snow may be red. Srila Prabhupada. It is also experienced that the three angles of a triangle must always equal two right angles. Shama Sundar Das. But this truth exists independently. Prabhupada, how is that? Not everyone knows how a triangle is formed. Only when you study geometry do you understand. You cannot ask any child or any man who has no knowledge of geometry. Shama Sundar Das. Whether the man knows it or not, that this truth exists. Srila Prabhupada, but truth by definition exists. It is not this truth or that truth. You may know it or not, but truth exists. So why is he using this particular example? Shama Sundar Das. Because there is also another kind of truth, which may say that snow is white, but the truth is not absolute because snow could conceivably be red. However, a triangle must always have a certain innate properties. That is necessary truth. Srila Prabhupada, any mathematical calculation is like that. Why use this example? 2 plus 2 equals 4. That is always the truth according to mathematical principles. Shama Sundar Das. Leibniz was trying to prove that there are certain truths that we cannot deny, that exist independent of our knowledge, and that are fundamental. There are other truths like snow is white, which may or may not be true because our senses deceive us. Srila Prabhupada. But that is due to our defective senses. It is a fact that snow is white, but now why should it be red? In any case, we have no experience of red snow. Pure snow is white by nature. It may assume another color due to contact with something else, but actually it is white. It is an innate truth that the three angles of a triangle must always equal two right angles, and it is also an innate truth that snow is white, that water is liquid, that the stone is hard, and that sugar is sweet. These are fundamental truths that cannot be changed. Similarly, the living entity is the eternal servant of God, and that is his natural position. Water may become hard due to the temperature changes, but as soon as the temperature rises, the water again turns into a liquid. Thus, the liquidity of water is the truth, the constitutional position of water, because water, by definition, is a liquid. Similarly, the whiteness of snow is truth, and the servitude of the living entity is truth. In the conditional world, the living entity serves Maya, and that is not truth. We cannot consider that there are two types of truth. Truth is one, what we take to be not truth is Maya. There cannot be two truths. Maya has no existence, but it appears to be true or factual due to our imperfect senses. A shadow has no existence, but it resembles whatever projects it. In the mirror, you may see your face in exactly the same way that it exists, but that is not truth. The truth is one and there cannot be two. What is taken for truth at the present moment is called Maya. Shyama Das. Leibniz says that the innate truths are governed by the principle of contradiction. That is, the opposite of the truth is impossible to conceal. Srila Prabhupada, the opposite is Maya. Hare Krishna, Vivek Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All good, Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhu, you can
Thank you so
continue.
much, Prabhu. For a long time.
Yes, Prabhu, really nice to see you.
Shyamachandra, for instance, it is impossible to conceive that the three angles of a triangle cannot equal to right angles. Srila Prabhupada. My point is that there are not two types of truth. When you think that there are, you are mistaken. When you think that 2 plus 2 equals to 5, you are mistaken. 2 plus 2 is always 4, and that is the truth. Similarly, snow is always white, and when you think that snow is red, it is the same as thinking that 2 plus 2 equals 5. It is an untruth. You cannot say that the witness of snow is another type of truth. You make a mistake by thinking snow to be red, but this mistake cannot invalidate the truth that snow is white or that water is liquid. There is one truth, and any other truth is but a shadow. It is not true. Our language must be exact. You can see your face in the mirror as exactly the same, but it is a shadow only. Therefore, it is not truth. You cannot say that the reflection of your face in the mirror is another type of truth. Shama Sundaradas. Limbid, limzid, lim, limne, limnades. What is Prabhu that? Limnits.
Yes, Prabhu, I don't know
Limnits.
also how it's said.
Would call this type of truth truth conditional truth. Srila Prabhupada. That conditional truth is not the truth. For instance, the living entity is trying to become master of the material world. He thinks I am monarch of all, I survive. That is not the truth. The truth is that he is the eternal servant of God. You cannot say that because he is trying to imitate God that he is God. Therefore cannot be a second. Therefore cannot be a second God. There God is one, and that is the absolute truth. Our point is that we do not accept the proposition that truth is two. There are relative truths, but Krishna is the absolute truth. Krishna is the substance, and everything is emanating from Krishna by Krishna's energy. Water is one of Krishna's energy, but that energy is not the absolute truth. Water is always a liquid, but that is relative truth. Absolute truth is one. Limited should more precisely say that there is absolute truth and relative truth, not that there are two types of truth. Shamasundaradas. According to Limzet's law of continuity, everything in nature goes by step and not leaps, leaps. In other words, there are no gaps in nature. Everything is connected, and there is a gradual differentiation. Different. Srila Prabhupada, no, there are two processes, gradual and immediate. Of course, in one sense, everything is gradual, but if the gradual process takes place quickly, it appears immediate. For instance, if you want to go to the top of the building, you can go step by step, and it is then that is gradual, but you may also take an elevator. which may take just a second. The process of elevation is the same, but one takes place very quickly, and the other is gradual. Foolish people say that the flower is created by nature, but in the fact, the flower is growing due to the energy of Krishna. His energy is so perfect that he doesn't have to take a brush and canvas and try to paint a flower like an artist. The flower appears and grows automatically. Krishna is so powerful, and whatever he desires immediately happens. This process is very quick, and it appears to be magical. Still, the process is there. Shamasundara Das limited sees in nature a combination of forces or activities at work. According to the law of motion, there is an uninterpreted series of regularly progressive changes in a body as it moves. If a ball rolls along the floor, it goes progressively without gaps or sudden changes. Srila Prabhupada, I explained that the complete motion is part of the process. Same process. However, the ball has no power to move itself. If you push it in one way, it will roll slowly, and if you push it in another way, it will roll quickly. All these wonderful processes are happening in material nature due to the will of the Supreme. The process takes place automatically, but it is initially pushed by God, who created this material nature. In the beginning, material nature was unmanifest. Gradually, the three qualities or modes came into being, and by the interaction of the modes, many manifestation arose. First, there was space, then sky, then sound, one after another. Krishna's push is so perfect that everything comes into being automatically in perfect order. Foolish people think that everything comes about automatically without an initial push, without a background. Therefore, they think there is no God. This cosmic manifestation has not come about automatically. Krishna is the creator, and he gives nature its original purpose. A potter may make a clay pot on a wheel, but the wheel is not the original cause of the pot. It is the potter who gives force to the wheel. Foolish people think that the wheel moves automatically, but behind the wheel's movement, there is the potter who gives it force. There is no question of nature creating independently. Everything results from God, Krishna. As soon as you speak of a process, you imply that everything is linked together, that one event follows another, and that is nature's way. The first creation is the Mahat Tattva, the sum total of material energy. Then there is an interaction of the three gunas, qualities, and then there is mind, ego, and intelligence. In this way, creation takes place. This is explained in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Supreme Lord impregnates a matter Prakriti by glancing at her. In the material world, one has to impregnate by the sexual process, but in the Vedas it is stated that Krishna impregnated the total material energy simply by his glance. His his duty. This is due due to his omnipotency. When Krishna throws his glance toward material nature is immediately activated, and events begin to happen. So the original cause of the creation is Krishna's glance. Materialistic cannot understand how Krishna can set material nature into motion just by glancing it, but that is due to their material conception. Shamasundara Das Limzet says that space and time are mere merry appearance, and that the ultimate reality is different. Srila Prabhupada, the ultimate reality is Krishna, Karanam, Karanam, Brahma Samhita 5.1, the cause of all causes. Shyamasundar Das, limited calls the uh, un- ultimate entities monadas. The word monad means unity or oneness. He says that the stuff out of which even atoms are made are all mondas, the ul- ultimate particles. Srila Prabhupada, that small particle is not final. Within that particle there is Krishna, uh, anadhartha परमाणु छैन छयंतरा staham. Brahma Samhita 5.35. Shamasundara Das Limited says that these mondas are individual consciousness, activity, and alive, and that they range in quality from the lowest type matter through the higher types, such as souls, to the highest, which is God. Srila Prabhupada, does he state that within the atom there is the soul? Shamasundara, his theory is that even the atoms are composed of these mondas, which possess activity, consciousness, individuality, and other inherent qualities. The mondas is the force or activity that constitutes the essence of a substance. Srila Prabhupada, we understand from Brahma Samhita that Krishna is within the atom, that is Krishna, who is the substance, the some boom, some bunum. He is smaller than the smallest, and he is within everything. That his all pervasive nature. Shamasundar Das. Then how are the individualities accounted for? Srila Prabhupada. Every individual soul is awarded a portion of independence because each is part and parcel of God. Thus, he has the quality of independence, but in minute quantities, that is individuality. We consider the atom to be the smallest particle of matter, but we say that Krishna is the force within the atom. Then that's he's suggesting that some force or power exists, but we are directly saying that the force or power is Krishna, Shamasundara Das. But he says that the force or power in each atom is individual, separate, different. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, that is so. By his omnipotency, Krishna can expand himself in innumerable forms. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadi, Ananta, Rupam. Brahma Samhita 5.33. The word Ananta means un, unlimited, and it is clearly said Anantara Satam. He is within the atom. Shamasundar Das, he within each atom has an individual entity different from every other living other entity. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, if Krishna is there, he is individual. There are varieties of atoms, and sometimes they are combined together. Ramasundara Das. How is Krishna different? How is it he is an individual in each of the atoms? Srila Prabhupada. Why he is not an individual? Krishna is always an individual. He is always a person, the supreme person, and he can expand himself innumerably. Shamasundara Das. And his Paramatma a person. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, every expansion is a person will or we are all atomic expansions of Krishna, and we are all individual persons. Paramatma is another expansion, but that is a different kind of expansion. Shamasundara Das is a Jivatma, the individual soul, also a person. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, if he is were not a person, then how do you account for the difference? We are all different persons. You may agree with my opinion or not, but in any case, you are an individual. Krishna is also an individual. Nityo Nityanam. Nityanam. There are innumerable individual souls, but he is the supreme individual person. Now, Leibniz may say that within the atom there is an monde or whatever. You could call it by any name you want, but within the atom, the force is Krishna. Shamasundara Das Limzed maintains that the lowest type of monda is found within material atoms, and then they progresses to higher monds, which are souls. Srila Prabhupada. Directly we say Krishna, that and that is automatically spiritual. Srila Prabhupada, sorry, Shyamasundara Das, he says that each mond has an inner or mental activity, a spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada. As soon as we say Krishna, we include everything. Shyamasundara Das. So even within material atoms, there is a spiritual life, a spiritual force. Srila Prabhupada, yes, force means spiritual force. For Shyamasundara Das, he says that all bodies are an ultimate quantums of force, and that the essential nature of all bodies is there is force. Srila Prabhupada, yes, that force is the spiritual soul. Without the spiritual soul, the body has no force. It is a dead body. Shamasundara Das. But even within the dead body, there are force. Uh, there is the force of decomposition. Srila Prabhupada. Krishna is within the atom, and body is a combination of so many atoms. Therefore, the force of creating other living entities is also there, even in the process of decomposition. Krishna is within the atom, and the atom is a combination of the so many atoms. Therefore, the force for creating other living entity is also there, even in process of decomposition. It's also there, even in the process. When the individual soul's force is stopped within a particular body, we call that body a dead body. Still, Krishna force is there because the body is a combination of atoms. Shamasundara Das. He says that with what is manifested to our senses, what occupies space and exists in time, in is only an effect of the basic nature, which is transcendental to the physical nature. Physical nature is just an effect of the effect of a higher nature. Srila Prabhupada. Physical nature is a byproduct. As I have explained, according to your desire, you receive or create a body. The physical nature is subservient to the soul. Shamasundara Das. According to Limsent, these monks create bodies. Srila Prabhupada, yes, at the time of death, you think in a you think in a certain way, and your next body is created. Therefore, you create your next body according to your karma. Shamasundara Das. But does the bond of a hydrogen molecule, for instance, create its own body? Does it only accidentally become part of a water molecule? Srila Prabhupada. Nothing is accidental. Shyamasundara Das. Then does it also decide to become a water molecule? Does the hydrogen decide to combine with the oxygen and become water? Srila Prabhupada, no. The ultimate desire is of Krishna. If you take it in that way, Krishna is within every atom, and therefore Krishna wants whatever is to be. Therefore, he wills that these two elements become one, and therefore the molecules combine to create water or whatever. Those there is a creation, and again there is another creation, and so on. In any case, the ultimate brain governing all creation is Krishna. Shamasundara Das. But does the hydrogen molecules have an independent desire? Srila Prabhupada, no, because Krishna is within the atoms. They combine. It is not that the atoms has matter or individually willing to combine. Rather, because Krishna is within the atoms, he knows that by certain combinations, certain creations will result. Shyamasundar Das. But does the individual soul have a little independence to choose? Srila Prabhupada? No. Bhagavad Gita states that when the individual soul wants to act, Krishna gives the order, man purpose, and God dispose. Shyamasundar Das. So we have no free will. Srila Prabhupada, not without the sanction of Krishna. Without him, we cannot do anything. Therefore, he is the ultimate cause. Shamasundara, but I thought you have been saying that we have a little independence, Srila Prabhupada. We have the independence in the sense that we may deny or affirm, but unless Krishna sanctions, we cannot do anything. Shamasundara Das, if we desire something, we take a body because of that desire. Now, can a hydrogen molecule desire to become a part of water and be given a body accordingly? Does it have the independence to decide something? Srila Prabhupada, as far as we understand from the Vedas, Anantara Satha Paramanu Chayantara Satha Brahma Samhita 5.35. Krishna is within the Paramanu. It is not stated that the soul is within the Paramanu. Shyamasundara, then the individual soul is not present within the atom. Shyamasundara, Srila Prabhupada, no, but Krishna is present. Shyamasundara Das, then Lebzin's views does not accord with the Vedas. Srila Prabhupada, no. Shyamasundaradas, is this because he states that in matter there is also this kind of individuality? Srila Prabhupada, that individuality is in Krishna. As I have stated, Krishna knows that a certain element will be formed when so many atoms combine. It is not the individual soul enacting this, but Krishna himself directly. Shyamasundara Das. But when we refer to the living entities, the individual soul is also there. Srila Prabhupada, yes, the individual soul is within the body. Both are present within the body, Krishna and the individual soul. Shyamasundara Das. According to Limset's substance is defined defined as being capable of action. Srila Prabhupada, substance is original and extensions are categories. Since substance is the original cause, he is uh, completely able to act, to be means to act without acting activity. What is the meaning of extents existence? Shamasundaras Limit states that the months change in their appearance because their inner desire compels them to pass from one phenomenal representation to another. Srila Prabhupada, the mondas does not change, but the mind changes. At any rate, I do not know what limited means by modes. He is simply complicating matters. Shamasundar Das. By definition, the mond is a small a unity, which is the substance behind everything, even the atom. Srila Prabhupada. That is Krishna. Krishna is fully independent. Shamasundar Das. Yet, Limzet says that a mond changes his appearance according to his desires. Srila Prabhupada. That is the case for the individual souls. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is Achyuta. He does not change. It is Krishna who creates the entire cosmic energy. By his plan and device, so many creations are divided into different parts, and these change and they change. Material objects change according to the will of God. Krishna. These individual mounts are more precisely the super soul existing within matter, within the atom.
Shamasundar Das Limited would say that each particle of super soul or each mond is self-contained, that there is no loss or gain of force. Srila Prabhupada, yes, each is eternal. I agree with us. Concerning the relationship between the soul and body, limited rights so far as the soul has perfection and distinct thoughts, God has accommodated the body to the soul and has arranged beforehand that the body is implined to execute its order. Okay. Srila Prabhupada, yes, it is explained in Bhagavad Gita 18.61 that the body is that like a machine because the soul wants to walk or move in a certain way. He is given this instrument. The soul has particular desires and God rectifies this. This desires through his material agent a particular type of body with therefore there are birds flying, fish swimming, animals hunting in forests, men in cities, and so on. According to Padma Purana, there are 8.4 millions um, different bodies created to gratify the desires of the soul. Those the mission of the body is supplied by nature under the orders of God. I agree with us, Lord. For limited in that the soul is perfect, it controls the body. However, insofar as the soul is imperfect and its prescriptions are confused, God has accommodated the soul to the body in such a sort that the soul is swayed by the passions arising out of cro- corporeal corporeal representations. Srila Prabhupada, yes, it is explained in Bhagavad Gita that the soul is in the material world is influenced by the three modes of material nature. Natad asti pri- privivyam va divi deveshu va punha sattvam prakriti jair muktam yad hebhe syat tribhir gunai. There is no being existing neither here or among the demigods in the higher planetary systems, which is freed from the three modes of material nature. He receives a particular type of body according to his positions in respect to the modes. If his appetite is installable and his eating indiscriminate, he receives the body of a pig. If he wants to kill and eat a bodily meat, he gets the body of a tiger. If he wants to eat Krishna Prasadam, he is given the body of a Brahmana. Thus, we receive different types of bodies according to our desires. People attempt to gratify their desires because they think that by doing so they will be happy. Unfortunately, people do not know that they will be happy only by completely abiding by the orders of God. Krishna comes personally to request a living entity to abandon his material desires and act according to God's orders. I agree with us. In Mondology, Leibniz writes the uh, soul change its body only gradually and by degrees, so that it is never deprived of all its organs at once. There is often a metamorphosis in animals, but never metapsychosis or transmigrations of souls. Srila Prabhupada, what is his understanding of the soul? I agree with us. He believes that it is not possible for soul to entirely separate from bodies. For living entities, a body must always accompany the soul. Srila Prabhupada, according to Vedic understanding, the body changes, but the soul remains eternal. Even in one lifetime, we can see that our material body is changing from childhood to youth to old age, yet the soul remains the same. When the body dies, the soul takes on another body. This is the first lesson of Bhagavad Gita. If the soul is distinct from the body, it is nonsensical to say that a soul cannot exist without a body. I agree with us. Lemdit elaborates on this. There is, strictly speaking, neither absolute birth nor complete death, consisting in the separation of the soul from the body. What we call birth is developed or growth, and what we call death is involvement and diminutions. Diminution. Um, Srila Prabhupada, but that is the process of transmigration. Why does he deny it? The elimination is temporary. The living entity is not dead. He goes on to develop another body. I agree with us. He seems to be saying that as soon as the human soul leaves the body, it must immediately enter another body. Srila Prabhupada, yes, that is the case. But that is the process of transmigration. So why does he deny transmigration? So I agree with that. Well, he denies the existence of the soul apart from some form of material body. He writes, God alone is wholly without body. Srila Prabhupada, yes, that is, he has no material body. He does not transmigrate. According to Bhagavad Gita, Mudhas fools consider Krishna body is to be like that like that of a human being. Avaja Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Tanum Ashritham Param Bhava Ajanto Mama Bhuta Maheshwaraha, whose desired me, whose desired me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. Overall, let be. Bhagavad Gita 9.11. Krishna does not change with body as an ordinary living entity does. He is the supreme person because he does not change. His body is remember his body. He remembers everything in the past. When we receive a body, we do not remember our past lives. But Krishna remembers because his body never changes. God is without a body in the sense that he has no material body. Shama Sundardas, according to his doctrine of pre-established harmony, Ramdas likens the soul and the body to two perfectly synchronized clocks, both uh, going at the same speed but both separate. Srila Prabhupada, yes, the soul is different from the body, but the body is manifested due to the soul's desire. The body is the instrument of the soul. Shama Sundardas. Does the body ever affect the soul? Srila Prabhupada, the soul is unaffected. The soul is unaffected by the body, but the body is helping the soul to fulfill its desire. I am using this microphone to serve my purpose, but this microphone is not influencing me. It is not this microphone wills that I detect this or that. The body is a combination of atoms. If Krishna is within the atoms, the modas of the atoms and the mode is in the body or different. If the mode is a small united particle, limited is speaking of the supersoul. Although the supersoul appears innumerable, it is in actuality one as stated in Vishopanishad, Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Bhau Atmaiva Bhu Bhudha Vijan Vijantah tat तत्र को मोहः कः शोकः एक एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः joy one one who always sees all living entities or spiritual sparks in quality one with the Lord becomes a true knower of things, and there is no illusion or anxiety for him. Ishopanishad 7. Always sees all. Okay. Although we find the super soul, all pervasive, uh, pervasive, pervasive, there is but one. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, sam, samam sarveshu bhuteshu tekstahantvam paramashwaram vainasyastu Venus, sorry, Venusyasve avya avinasyantam yah pashyanti sa pashyati. One who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies and who understands that neither the soul or nor the super soul is ever destroyed actually sees. Bhagavad Gita 13.28 The devotees always sees all things in Krishna and Krishna in all things. That is a true vision of a oneness. Shyamasundar Das represents, believes that God creates the principle of pre-established harmony. That He sets the two clocks in the motion and synchronizes them. The body is acting, but the soul is independent. It is not really affected by the body. Srila Prabhupada, we also agree to that. But why use the example of clocks? Why not analyze the relationship with the body and the soul? You cannot consider them separately because they are combined. The fallacy of this analogy is that two individual clocks are not combined at any point. Shamasundar Das, the common point is their synchronization. Srila Prabhupada, but eventually one clock will go faster than the other. You cannot consider the body and the soul as completely separate entity working independently of one another. It is stated in Vedic Shastras that the soul is the master of the body. Therefore, you cannot say that the body is working independently. If I tell my body to place his hands here, my hand will move to this spot. And it is not that suddenly my hand moves without my desire. Shyamsundar Das Lemzen would say that the act of your desiring and the act of the hand moving are simultaneous but separate. Srila Prabhupada. In Sanskrit, this argument is called Kakataliya Nyaya. Once, when a crow flew into a tala tree, the fruit on that tree immediately fell to the ground. One observes that one observe uh, said that the crow lightened on the tree first and then the fruit fell, and the other observer said that the fruit fell before the crow could light. This kind of argument has no value. We say that if Krishna so desires, a stone can float on the water. Despite despite the law of gravitation. Prove. Scroll to. Ah, okay. Thank you. Despite the law of gravitation, although the law of gravitation is working here, there are so many huge planets floating in space. All these laws act according to Krishna's desire, but the law of gravitation, all these planets would have fallen into the causal ocean and hit the uh, Garbhodaksha, Garbhodash, Garbhodakashai Vishnu in the head because he is lying on the ocean. But by his order, all these planets are floating in space. Similarly, if God so desires, a rock may fall into the water, but the water will not give way. The rock will simply float, since God is the ultimate bond. This is possible. Whatever God wills will come into effect. Shyamsundar Das Limzens admits that the bonds are spiritual in nature and therefore immortal. Srila Prabhupada, yes, we agree to that. Both Krishna and the living entity are spiritual. Ultimately, everything is spiritual because everything is Krishna's energy. If Krishna is the original cause, matter can be changed into spirit, and spirit into matter. Electricity may be caused, uh, may be used to heat or to cool, but in neither case the original energy is electricity. Similarly, the original cause is Krishna. Therefore, he has the power to change matter into spirit or spirit into matter. Shyama Das, he states that unlike the other monads, God is absolute necessity and eternal truth. He is governed by the law of contradiction. That is to say, it is impossible to conceive of no God. Srila Prabhupada, the atheistic says that there is no God, although God is there. Unless God is there, where is the idea of God coming from? The atheistic refuses to accept God. Similarly, the impersonalists refuse to accept supreme personality of Godhead. Unless the idea of personality is there, how can they consider God to be impersonal? This is due to frustration. I agree with us. Limz's pictures a city of God where
Very well.
continue, please
Am I
continue.
read, Prabhu? Oh, thank
Please
you, Prabhu.
continue.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I agree with us. Leibniz pictures the city of God very much like that of Augustine. He writes, God is the monarch of the most perfect republic, composed of all the spirits, and the happiness of the city of God is his principal purpose. Srila Prabhupada, yes. If everyone becomes Krishna conscious and acts according to the instructions of Krishna, this hellish world will become the city of God. I agree. Leibniz further writes, we must not therefore doubt that God so ordained everything that spirits not only shall live forever, because this is unavoidable, but that they shall also preserve forever their moral quality, so that his city may never lose a person. Srila Prabhupada, yes, this is Vaikuntha consciousness, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Avyaktakshara ityuktas tam ahuh paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartante tadhama paramam mamam. That supreme abode is called unmanifested and infallible, and it is the supreme destination. When one goes there, he never comes back. That is my supreme abode. Bhagavad Gita 8:21. That spiritual
that spiritual sky or city of God is well known to Vedic students. I agree. Leibniz did not believe that the city of God is divorced from the natural world. In Monadology, he writes, "The assembly of all spirits must compose the city of God, that is, the most perfect state possible and of the most perfect of monarchs, God. This city of God, this truly universal monarchy, is a moral world within the natural world, and the highest and most divine of the works of God." Srila Prabhupada, yes, and we can realize this city immediately if we come to the proper consciousness that this planet does not belong to any particular nation but to God Himself. If people accept this principle, the entire world will become the city of God. Presently, the United Nations is attempting to settle all the problems of the world, but the leaders themselves have an animalistic mentality. They're thinking, I'm this body, I'm American or Indian or whatever. People must give up these designations and understand their real identity as part and parcel of God. The entire planet belongs to God. We are His sons, and it is possible for us to live peacefully, understanding that our Father is supplying us everything. If there is scarcity, it is due to improper distribution. If everyone abides by the orders of God, and everything produced is divided among the sons of God, there is no question of scarcity. Since people are denying the actual fact that everything belongs to God, and since they're hoarding goods, there is scarcity. If people want to remain in animal consciousness, they will continue to suffer. Once they come to Krishna consciousness, they will realize the city of God even within this material world. Shyamasundar. Leibniz also states that the world could have been otherwise, that he chose this particular arrangement as the best possible. Srila Prabhupada, yes, God can do as he likes, but this world was not exactly planned by God. It is given to the living entities who want to imitate God. The plan is shaped according to the desires of the living entities who want to lord it over material nature. This is not God's plan. This material world is like a prison supported by the government because there are criminals. It is God's plan that all the living entities in the material world give up their striving and return home back to Godhead. Shyamasundar. But from the standpoint of the ingredients of this world, is this the best possible world? Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual world is the best possible world. This planet Earth is not a very good planet. There are many other planets even in the material world thousands of times better. The higher you go in the planetary systems, the more comforts and amenities you find. The next planetary system is 1,000 times superior to this one, and the planetary system above that is 1,000 times superior still. Wow. In Brahmaloka, the highest planet, 12 hours of Brahma's day are beyond our comprehension. Shyamasundar. Leibniz accepts the conditions of this material world as being the best we can hope for, the best of a bad bargain. Srila Prabhupada. But Bhagavad Gita states that this is a place of misery. Abrahma bhuvana lokah punar avartinarjuna mamupechita kaunteya punar janma navidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Bhagavad Gita 8:16. This place is meant for suffering. We cannot stay here very long. Even if we agree to stay in such an uncomfortable situation, we have to change our body and go to a higher or lower situation. On the whole, the material life is miserable. There is no question of happiness. Shyamasundar. He also states that because there is more good than evil in this world, the creation of this world is justified. Srila Prabhupada. Well, there is good and evil according to our angle of vision. A devotee sees this material world as good. In the material world, people are always complaining and are in a distressed condition, but the devotee sees that there is really no distressed condition. Everything is happiness. because he lives with Krishna, because he details everything with Krishna, including himself. For him, there is no misery. Shima Sundar. He also says that if the world had not been worth creating, God would not have created. The fact that he created it makes it worth creating. Srila Prabhupada, yes, that is stated in the Vedas. Om Purnamadam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Evavashishyate. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because he is completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. Ishopanishad invocation. The creator is complete, and the creation is also complete. Nothing incomplete can be created by the complete. In that sense, everything that is wanted in this world is here. The arrangement is complete. Oh, I
Very well.
finished. Okay,
Thank you so much.
very well. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
Okay, so tomorrow we continue from the British fellows. Now let's go to 6 Astakam prayers. Cheto darpanamarjanam pavamaha davagninirvapanam shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम्नामकारि बहुधानि च सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पितानि यमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिहाजनिनानुरागः
तृणादपि सुनिचयनादरोरपि सहिष्णुना मानेन मानदेन कीर्तनेय सदा हरि
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि.
आनन्दतनुजकिङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवं बुधो कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तयाम्
नयनं गलदाशूरधराय वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचिन्तं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्राविर्शायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे.
आश्लिष्यवा
आश्लेष्य.
Please continue.
Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
It's okay. Sure. Okay. आश्लिष्य वा पदारतं पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनादस्तु न मत्प्राणनादस्तु एव नापरः
Tribol. Sri Siksastakam.
Right.
Jai.
Glory to the
Jai.
Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful woman, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharajananda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separations, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Haribo, Sri Siksastakam ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, the 10 offenses to the holy name. The first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu.
Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master and considering an ordinary person. Okay.
To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in Persians to the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination.
Sixth offense, to give some mundane interpretations to the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which is offered in the Vedas as spiritual activities karma kanda.
To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Vanchakalpadrupyascha kripavasindhubhya vachapatitanam
Sitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Devi.
Panchadadva ki jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Sri
Jai,
Chaitanya
Jai,
Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai,
Jai Gaura Premanand,
Jai.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.